Alright guys, I'm Arshad Samir and welcome to second ASP.NET MVC5 tutorial. So in this tutorial I'm going to discuss what MVC is all about. So MVC stands for Model View Controller. When we discuss about this topic, every one of us might have a question like, can we develop website without using MVC architecture? Well, the answer for this question is yes, you can use web forms model. Moreover, it is not a completely new way of doing everything. It is just a rearrangement of things you are already familiar with. Before you decide to use the MVC framework or the web forms model for a specific website, you need to know the advantages of each approach. Since I'm going to discuss about MVC architectural pattern, so I'm going to go ahead and discuss what are the benefits, what are the advantages of MVC architectural pattern. For an example, say you are developing a web application or a website, whatever you want to call. As you proceed developing it, there will be a higher level where you feel difficulties to manage complexity. And there are some other situations like just say you are taking few days break from your project and coming back. Even though you are the developer for your project, you may find difficulties to figure out how it is structured and other stuffs as well. When such a situation arises, the MVC architectural pattern gets handy. So it makes it easier to manage complexity by dividing your application into the model, the view, and the controller, so that the application is going to be in a well organized manner. And there are some other advantages as well. MVC doesn't use view state or server based forms, so that the MVC framework ideal for developers who want full control over the behavior of an application. MVC provides better support for test-driven development. MVC is easy to learn. And finally, it works well for web applications that are supported by large teams of developers and for web designers who need a high degree of control over the application behavior. As I said before, MVC helps us to manage complexity. So, how it helps? That is nothing but through a concept of separation of concerns, which contains models, views, controllers. When we concern about models, it deals with or it's responsible for data and business logic, which means classes that deal with data. Views, it is pretty much straightforward, is because the word itself has the definition. So it is responsible for user interface components. Controllers. Controllers are classes that handle user interaction, which means the browser directly invokes the method in controller class. Now let's go ahead and take a look at how the architecture looks like. As you can see, you are sitting right here as a user. For an example, just say you want to update your profile details. So when you request for that, the browser is going to interact with your application directly invoking the method in controller class. And then controller passes messages to the model saying like this particular person wants to update his profile details. And then controller creates view so that the view can get all the data information from the model class so that you can see it. If I put it in a simple way, then I can say the view can access the properties of model and it doesn't do any data processing of its own. And yeah, that's it. And I hope you guys understood what I explained. And before I let you guys go, I want to say one thing. That is, I have Visual Studio Express 2015 for web installed in my computer. And if you guys don't have, just go ahead and install it. It's very easy to install. No need to do a tutorial or separate tutorial for that. And yeah, from next tutorial onwards, I'm going to go through that IDE only. As you can see, this is the IDE for that Visual Studio Express 2015 for web. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the thumbs up button. I will see you in the next tutorial.